Hey there, welcome. My name is Deva and I am the host of this channel. You are with me at Too Woo for You. And I'm doing an unboxing today because, well, it's been a minute. It's been a while. And I am doing a Mindful Souls unboxing, which I've done one before. But I got this box particularly because, well, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Because with the box, they were also including this. And we're going to take a look at that too. So without further ado, let's dive in. I ask that if you enjoy this content, please give it a like. Hit that subscribe button. Stick with me on this journey. I promise I will figure this out. I don't know what I'm doing, and you know what? It is what it is. So I'd rather do it imperfectly than try to be perfect, if that makes any sense. So let's dive in. So this is Mindful Souls. And the reason why this box intrigues me and the reason I thought it would suit this channel is because I'm a psychic medium. And even though I talk to dead people, and even though I do readings for people and I help people connect with their deceased loved ones, I'm not your typical woo person. I don't do all the wooey stuff. I love crystals, which if you take a look behind me, I have a wall of crystals. I do like some of that stuff. Am I an expert in it? No, I just like pretty stones. And, you know, I do understand there's an energy and I do use them for particular things. I have a worry stone on my desk that I continuously use while I'm working, while I'm doing something to stay grounded. Also, I think I'm undiagnosed ADHD, so here we are. I have little fidget toys and things that I do in meetings and stuff when I have to pay attention, but it's hard for me to pay attention because my mind goes all over the place. So I keep my worry stone close. So I do understand the benefit of these woo type things, but I'm just not that woo type person. I connect with my angels. My angels give me most of my information. I talk to spirits of deceased loved ones, and I help communicate messages to the people that need to hear it. And so you won't see me like Teresa Caputo tackling people on the street and, you know, telling them that their dead grandmother has a message for them. That's not my style. I find it invasive. And you know what? She can do her. That's her. I always say, you do you. That's not me. And I don't ever want to traumatize somebody who may not be ready to receive that kind of information. And believe me, I get a lot of it. But I have to set boundaries. So otherwise I have spirits coming at me in all directions. And, you know, I've often explained in my shorts and in some of my reels that, you know, I do have to set boundaries because there are places where I can go that there's a lot of spirits that will come through. And I think that's why I was always anxious in hospitals, which I know people get anxious in a hospital regardless, but there's a ton of spirits in hospitals, in nursing homes. There's a lot of death and there's a lot of physical trauma often in those spaces. So there are thousands of spirits that try to come through to me. And the funny thing is I work in a hospital now. So it's interesting. I'm not on site all the time, but when I am, I have to lock it up. I have to create a box to say, you know, I love you, but it's not the time. I can't do this. So anyway, that's where I'm coming at. And I wanted to explain a little bit that even though I am, as my name says, too woo for you, I'm not too woo. I don't do all the wooey things. but I do enjoy it. So here we go. We're going to jump in first to this gift that was included along with the box. And this is kind of what said, yeah, you know what, let's try another one. And so the box says the Nothing But Good Vibes set. And let me open it. I did take a peek, so I know it's in here. And of course they did state it. So there is a card, and I'll explain that in a second. But look at this loveliness. These are all bracelets, and they're all different stones. So, you know, we've got carnelian, we've got amethyst, amazonite, tiger eye, like citrine. There's so many different ones, and that's what sold me on it. And I was like, you know what, I want that in my collection. And they're pretty substantial bracelets. They're well made. They're on an elastic string, so you know they'll fit most wrists, I'm assuming. And they're just lovely to pair up should you desire to wear them together, separately. And what's interesting is if you don't always know what they're for, there is a booklet in that has the descriptors in it of all the different stones and the benefit of them. The problem is it doesn't tell you which stone is which. So if you don't know, it could be hard to figure it out. You may have to look it up and figure it out that way. Lucky for me, most of these I'm pretty familiar with, so easy enough. But you know, if let's take the black obsidian. So, you know, for example, it'll say this one is for protection. So if you feel that you are going into a situation where you want spiritual protection, you want to put on that armor, so to speak, energetically, this is the one you want. It says shield yourself from negativity with black obsidian's powerful protective qualities. Wear this bracelet when you need a reminder of your inner strength and resilience. So family dinners, I see this coming in handy. How many people have family dinners where they're like, oh, great, I'm going to have to sit and endure Uncle Bob, who is going to go on and on complaining about his life. Anyway, so this is to protect yourself from the Uncle Bobs in the world when you go for Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner or whatever family dinner you might be having in the near future. But the lovely thing is there's a description for all of these bracelets. So that was the deciding factor for me to get this. So that's a nice addition to the box. Now let's open the box. It is sealed. Grab my handy Sharpie thingy and cut into that. And let's see what we have. Oh, I love the inside decoration of the box. Now, I say I'm not into woo things, but I do love celestial things. I love stars, moons, twinkle. I love that. And funny enough, I've loved that for all time because eons ago in a past life, not a past life, like a long time ago, I was married. And when we got married, our invitations and the theme of our wedding was celestial. So everything had moons and stars on it. So I have loved it for a long time. So I really do like the decoration inside the box. And let's see what we've got inside. So we've got a crystal, I think, sticker. Is that a sticker? It is. And it's a pretty hefty sticker. That's a nice one. So we've got a crystal sticker. We've got a card. Oh, this is interesting. It says affirmation for journaling. I love that. And I do need to get back into journaling. I used to journal every night and I have stopped for the past couple months and I need to get back into it. But it says here, my words on paper have the power to transform, heal, and inspire. I love that. I think that's a really good affirmation to really sit with and contemplate. Because I think a lot of times we don't know our own power and our own capabilities. So I think that's wonderful. So this looks like a pamphlet of what's in the box. Spoilers, so we're going to put that aside. We'll look at it after. And there is, it looks like it should be folded, but I don't know if it, well, does it not look, can you see that? It looks like there's fold places where it can be folded. I don't know if it's supposed to, but this is all about the 7 chakras. And interesting. It's saying to lay on your back with your feet uncrossed, place each of the 7 chakra stones on the corresponding chakra center. Clear your mind and relax, concentrate on your breathing, and let the crystals do the work. Leave the chakra stones on your body for 8 to 10 minutes. So this begs the question, are these 7 stones in the box? That would be exciting. Let's find out. First thing, I thought this was just decoration. First thing in the box is this beautiful journal. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And it's not your typical paper journal. This has it's almost feels quilted. Like it's got a plastic or vinyl outside, but it feels nice and quilted. And then what kind of, okay. Interesting. It can be used as a planner, a day planner as well. It's got days at the top, however you want. If you want to write the date, and you can even mark the weather. Okay. But I mean, it's tons of pages. If you look at all the pages, this is beautiful. This will be a nice addition to all the journals I collect and then don't want to use because they're so pretty. I really need to use them. Okay, so we have this little package in interesting paper. I love this. This is better than bubble wrap. Okay. It's a pen with a crystal. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. It looks like adventuring. I could be wrong. But what a beautiful pen. Let's see how it writes. Do I have paper somewhere? Let's see how it writes. Okay. It writes fairly well. I don't know if you can. Nope, that's not working well. Trust me, it works well. And I'm pretty particular with how smooth a pen is when I'm writing. The only thing I don't like about this pen is how thin it is. I tend to prefer like a thicker pen. It's more ergonomic. Maybe that's just my old body, but whatever. I'll take it. I think it's beautiful. I love it. And I particularly like the crystal on the end. I don't know where I just went there, but I think this is great. Okay, so there are a ton of little bags in here. So let's see what else we have. I will just grab one randomly. All the bags are like a canvas mesh. Not mesh. Almost feels, well, canvas, burlap. And it says Mindful Souls on it. And let's open it. Okay. I had a peek. Beautiful. This is a nice little ring that is sizable, so you can size it to what you need. I have small fingers, which I know it's hard to believe, but I do. Yeah, but I can work that. I may need to work at it a little bit more, but it's cute. It's also in gold, which I don't wear a lot of gold. I'm more of a silver person, but it's cute. It's cute. And the stone looks, well, it's either agate or it's carnelian. I'm not sure. I guess we'll look and see what it says in our spoiler pamphlet. All right, let's open another. Okay, we got what I think is a necklace. Let's see. Oh, this is a rough stone. It's interesting. It feels interesting. It almost feels velvety. I'm so used to crystals being polished and smooth. This one is not smooth. It's soft. It's very soft. There's no roughness to it at all. But like it almost feels velvety. It's interesting. And of course, a nice corded necklace. Now, does this move? No. I was wondering if maybe you could adjust it, but no, it does not adjust, but it's cute. I'd wear it. I'll wear it. All right, let's see what's in this bag. Okay, we got a bracelet happening. Oh, this is an interesting bracelet. So you can adjust the size, which is good, but all the different crystals, beautiful, but they look like planets, which I find interesting. And we've got a bunch of different kinds. I see cat eye. There's a carnelian. This looks like a moonstone. We've got some lava stone. Looks like black obsidian. I'm not sure what that white one is. I'm not sure. It almost looks glass. These last ones, the yellow, the blue, they don't look real to me. I guess we'll find out. But it's cute. I like it. And I think we only have one more bag. Everything else is stuffing in here. This one's heavy. Could this be the rocks for the chakra? Yes! We have crystals. They're so pretty. Now these feel nice and smooth. So it looks like we have a rose quartz. This looks like lapis lazuli. This is clear quartz, black obsidian, aventurine, I think. Amethyst. That's a really nice hefty amethyst. Cat's eye. This is the only one on, is that red jasper maybe? I don't know. Let's take a look at the pamphlet and see what the pamphlet says and see if it helps us make sense. Okay, so, oh, it has mindful tip of the month. Journaling for manifestation. I need to get better at that. Okay, that's interesting. So there's a heavy theme here about journaling, which is great. But it talks about all the different things that are in the box. So let's take a look. Oh, I was right. Remember how I said this looked like planets? It's a solar system bracelet. So the intention is empowerment and manifestation. The element, none. Chakra, none. Wear it daily as a reminder that you are the main character of your own life. So I could be right. I don't think a lot of those stones are real. They're glass, but it's cute. Okay, then it has the pen. It is Amazonite. The intentions, self-expression and healing. The element is water. The chakra is throat. How to use it, pair it with your new Mandela notebook for a journaling experience that lets you dive deeper into your inner world. And then, of course, the journal is the next in the pamphlet, the journal that I showed you. I do love the journal. It is beautiful. It says intentions, reflection, and manifestation. The element is earth and the chakra, none. But it says how to use. Make this your go-to notebook when journaling, whether you decide to make it a daily regular practice or an occasional way to express your thoughts and feelings. I love it. I think this is a gentle reminder from the universe for me to get myself in gear and to start putting pen to paper again. Okay, universe, I hear you. Yes. We often get messages like that. See about things that repeat, or if there are things that you think about, think, I really should do that. And you just don't get around to it. And yet you keep being reminded. The world around you is showing you, you know what, hear that thing, you know, that thing you wanted to do, here it is again. And here it is again. Oh, and look, it's over here too. That's kind of the universe giving you a little nudge, a little push, going, hey, you know that thing you keep thinking about? Yep, time to get off your ass and do it. So I think the journaling is the universe saying to me, get off my ass and get pen to paper. Okay, the healing chakra stones. It says balance and insight, the element, all the elements. It's probably because it's 8 different stones. The chakra, all of them, of course. And it says place them directly on your journal while you write. I feel that they would get in the way. Okay. I can't see how that's going to work, but sure. Place them directly on your journal while you write, or use them as a meaningful decor piece in a space where you often spend time with family and friends. Or, like this little piece of paper said, put them on my nose. My nose is not a chakra. Put them on the chakras in your body and lie with them in place. I'll give it a try. Oh, and it is say, okay. So I was right. It is black obsidian, tiger eye. Oh, this is lazurite. Okay. That's the throat chakra. The clear quartz is the crown chakra. We've got the brow chakra. Anybody else ever heard of the brow chakra? I have not. That is the amethyst, apparently. I've always known that to be the third eye chakra. Is it now called the brow chakra? Has that changed? Okay. And then pink quartz and adventuring go on the heart chakra. And, oh, it is red jasper. This is red jasper. And that is the sacral chakra. Okay, I get it. And then it is that ring that I showed you. This is a carnelian ring. It says the intentions, creativity, and drive. Okay, so not taking it off. The element is fire. The chakra is sacral. And how to use it, put it on while you journal as a manifesting technique or plan for the future. You can also wear it throughout your workday to stay inspired and motivated. Sure, okay. And finally, it is talking about this necklace. Okay, it is a raw green fluorite necklace. I don't know why I thought it was adventuring. That was wrong with me. Looking at it, it's not opaque enough to be adventuring. So fluorite makes sense. I almost Okay, so it says intentions, clarity and harmony, element is earth, chakra is heart, which is appropriate if it's hanging around your neck. Okay, how to use, wear it during your journaling and meditation practice or as a daily accessory. All right, so I think this box is pretty cool. It's very journal focused, which I think works. I think journaling is a great way for us to connect to ourselves because sometimes what comes through the pen may surprise us. And that has happened to me many times throughout my life as I've journaled. I've had many aha moments or breakthroughs in writing because I usually just let it flow. Whatever comes to mind, I write it down. And it can surprise you later if you go back and take a look. So I think, yeah, that makes sense. Journaling makes sense. I think there's a lot of focus on manifestation, which I also love, and I am working on and practicing to open myself up to be better at that. And then, of course, there's the crystal focus, which makes sense. That makes sense for a box like this, for Mindful Souls, this woo sort of sensory box. I think this all makes sense, right? You've got the crystal pen. So a lot of crystal focus. I'm not complaining. I do like it. Is it worth the price? I'm trying to remember what the price is. I think it is worthy, given, you know, the notebook and all the crystals that come with it. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a neat box, and I think it's very different from the first one I had, which was probably a year ago. It's been a long while. But I think there's potential here, and I'd be interested to see what comes next. Or do they do a different theme every month? Or what is their focus? Do they have a focus? Or do they just mainly focus on crystals? Maybe we'll find out. I'll have to decide if I continue. But it's been fun doing this with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I am trying to parlay a little bit of what I know. And of course, I'm always learning. So if you have any comments or if you have any tips, feel free to write them in the comments. I will read them. I'm always open to learning something new and learning how I can better my spiritual practice. As I said, I'm constantly reminded that I need to refocus myself back in that area. So I'm glad to be doing it, and I would love your support and your love and sharing with me any techniques or things that you have found helpful. So let's go on this journey together. Let's work our way into being the best possible selves we can be, and we'll create a community like that. So thank you for joining me on this unboxing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.